Hi guys, this is Dan from Magic Pachinko Restorations with another short video of a vintage pachinko machine. If you enjoy watching these, I would certainly ask you to subscribe. You can click on the subscribe button down below the video. I'm shooting for 2 million, but realistically I'm getting close to 300, and that's great. There are any number of you that are making comments, asking questions. I encourage you to do that. I love it. I love to get the feedback. The only thing I would ask is that if you have a question about your pachinko or anything that I do, please go to the website magicpachinkorestorations.com and use the contact me area. It's going to be a lot easier for you to use, ask a question or something, and a lot easier for me to respond because I can put my phone number in and we can make direct contact, where it's not quite as easy to do on YouTube. But keep the comments going. Appreciate the feedback for sure. So this machine is 1976 Nishijin Model B. This ended up being a really pretty machine. I'll move the camera in a little bit so we can get a little better view of it. This is from the Montreal Olympics. So the center attraction says Olympic or Olymp. What does it say? I'm not sure. Olympic, I guess. Montreal, and it was from 1976. These and all of this, the paint on it had suffered greatly. So I did a lot of painting on the center attraction and the two side attractions. The two lower attractions, all the paint was gone from them, so I painted those to the best of my ability. The only thing that I was a little bit disappointed with is right in the center section. Originally there would have been a decal in there for first, second, and third place, and I'm sure it was a lot fancier than the one that I put in there, but it looked better than nothing. Obviously a new play field, everything stripped, everything taken care of like I do with all of my restorations. So let's turn it around, we'll show you the back. Quite typical. This one is missing some covers. The jackpot cover is missing. The seesaw cover was missing, but I had an extra one. There's a cover that goes in here. That's missing. These covers are here. That's good. None of these covers really matter. The only cover that really matters is this one up here. This is the the lower track cover, and you have to have that so the balls don't jump up over each other. Okay. So with all my restorations, I use a 12-volt power supply transformer. It's plugged in, and you just plug it into the pigtail here, and you notice now the ball out light comes on, and that is because there are at this point no pachinko balls in the machine. This light will also come on when it starts to run out of balls, and it's controlled by this white piece of plastic right here. You can see if I press up and down on this, the light goes on and off. It's controlled by this micro switch here. So when there's no balls in it, this is pushing down. It closes the circuit, turns the light on. When the weight of the balls pushes down on this, it turns the light off. It also hooks into a unit down here that goes through and raises a little flag in the feed window that signifies you can load balls into the machine in the front. So if you either see the light on or that flag, you know that there's not enough balls left in the machine. So first thing you want to do when you go to set this up is you want to make sure that the ball dump mechanism is latched, and I've color coded these red, and a little arrow you're just going to push over, and that will latch. And what it does is it keeps these two white legs from swinging out. When they swing out, they allow the balls to go down this piece and exit the machine. So that's a maintenance feature. For normal play, you want the balls to go across and into the jackpot. The second thing you want to do, again, I color coded it with a red arrow, is there's a little rod here you can push up on, and you want to make sure that that's pushed up so that the seesaw is in this position rather than this position. It needs to be here. It will drop and then return under normal operations, but you don't want to start with it this way. The balls will jam. Okay, so 300 to 500 pachinko balls easily will fit in the machine. You're going to drop most all the balls that you have into the upper hopper. I like to do it slowly at first to make sure they go through and into the jackpot chamber rather than exiting the machine, because they'll end up all over the floor. And then you want to pretty much fill this up with as many balls as you have. Notice now the light's off. Again, this switch is no longer being made, and we double check to make sure that the seesaw is in the right position. We're now ready to play. You're going to need some sort of a container similar to this one that will fit here to catch the balls. The losing balls come out here. The winning ball will drop out here. So it can be cardboard, plastic, metal, whatever. It doesn't make any difference. It just needs to be wide enough and deep enough to catch the balls. So I'm going to put these in the front feed tray. Put that back there, and now the machine is ready to play. Now when you first set it up and you launch a ball, nothing will happen. It takes one cycle to get a ball onto the launch ramp, so the next time we launch a ball, it will shoot. If you notice, the two middle tulips are open. They're a much larger target than the side tulips. The machine is designed to open and close the tulips, but when they're open, they're a lot easier to hit. The way this machine is set up, when the ball goes down into the center attraction, if it goes in the hole back behind the 1, it drops straight through and opens these 2 tulips. If it goes in the 2, it'll open that tulip. If it goes in the 3, it'll open that tulip. So we'll launch some balls and see what happens here. So there was a couple of wins. Let me show you what I mean about the other tulips opening. Again, in the number 1. I didn't know it did that. Number 1 will open all the tulips. That's great. It's probably the hardest one to get a ball into. Let me do this. Close these back up. And then go in on number 2, and it will open that one. Number 3, we'll open that one. And we'll go in number 1. Oop. There. Okay, so they're all open now. And now it'll be quite easy to get at least 4 wins because the tulips are open. When you play Pachinko, you can press down all the way and let go, and typically the ball will go all the way over, hit the bumper, and then come down on this side. If you go half to 3/4, you can keep the ball on this side of the play field. Ideally, you want the ball to come up into this area and tentatively at least get started trying to drop straight so it goes down through the center attraction. And you'll get used to how much pressure you need to exert on the launch handle to get that. And just so you know, this and this do have holes, and if the ball gets in there, it will pay. It's a little difficult because it has to bounce off that single nail and actually pop up into the hole. It's certainly not one of the easier targets to win from. So there's your machine. Hope you enjoy it. It was a pleasure working on it. Thanks.